What's going on, everyone? Back here with a new video. Some of my arcade games that I've been collecting recently. Just picked up another Supergun and some boards I've been looking for, and here we go. What you're seeing here is Raizing's Armed Police Bat Rider, which is become definitely one of my favorite shoot 'em ups of all time. Not quite beating Battle Gorego, but it's up there. I'm a big fan of all of Raizing games. As you can see, the graphics are real nice. I have it hooked up here with the Supergun. There's the board. This Supergun uses a Sega Saturn controller, so I have my HSS 130 hooked up for a more arcade-like experience. Supergun is hooked up to my NEC monitor right now, and it's hooked up using SCART and going through the sync strike into the VGA to BNC connectors, which works really well. It gives it a really nice clean look and some nice scan lines. And yeah, let me show you some of my other games. Not too many, like I said, right now. It's still it's a pretty expensive hobby, and it gets more expensive by the day. First up, we got a couple of CPS2 games. Pro Gear right here, made by Cave. And this one's Phoenixed, which means the battery was replaced, and there's no more suicide battery, and you get some more options like changing the region. And this wasn't an original Pro Gear board. It was originally a different Capcom game, which you know, puts the cost down a little bit. But yeah, looks like the battery was changed here in 2002. I don't know how true that is, but it's still running fine and saving and everything. But yeah, this is one of Cave's few horizontal shooters, but typical bullet hell, and it's got a really cool steampunk style to it. Next up, another Raizing title for CPS2, JAMMA, and typical Raizing stuff here. I mean, the gameplay is pretty basic. It has a magic change system with red and blue, similar maybe to Ikaruga. If you get hit by an enemy who uses the same magic as you, like if you're red and you get hit by red, you'll power down instead of you know, dying. But the game gets really tough, and it's very challenging. But also the way that a lot of the enemies don't even have a magic type kind of defeats the purpose. But still a great game nonetheless. Next up, another Cave shooter. We have Esbrade, which is the prequel to you know, the Esp-Galuda series. Really great game, one of Cave's earlier games, and not much to say about it. I mean, if you like the Esp-Galuda series, you'll love this game. You can test it out on MAME, and it's about psychic kids who are, I don't really know what the story is, I'm not even going to try to pretend, but it has some great gameplay. Here's the shock box I made for Armed Police Bat Rider with the original manual and dip settings. This game has a lot of different settings and a lot of unlockables and secret routes, different bosses you can fight by performing different tasks throughout the levels, and yeah, it has a lot of unlockables and tributes to the older Raizing games like Battle Gorego. You can unlock the ships, and the great Grand Prix racing shmup on the Sega Saturn or arcade, and just some more artwork that I printed out with some of the characters. Next up, the only original board I have for the CPS2 is Mars Matrix by Takumi. I'm sure a lot of you have played this game on the Dreamcast. Really great game, very challenging. I like how in the arcade version they used a one-button setup, so for all three of your different attacks, you either hold or keep pressing the button down for regular fire, you tap it once for the charge shot, and you hold it down for the thing that absorbs enemy bullets. But yeah, this is a really nice game. If you're a fan of Gigawing or any of the Takumi shooters, even on the PS1 or in the arcades, Mars Matrix is a good choice. Not too expensive either. Let's see, next up we have Raiden Fighter's Jet, which is my favorite in the Raiden series, which is why I picked this one up. It's the original board, not the Raiden Fighters 2000 that you find a lot online, which is a bootleg. But here it is with the original cartridge, and This game's also available on the 360 with Raiden Fighters Aces, I think it's called, which has all the Raiden Fighter games. Yeah, can't go wrong with this game. I mean, the music is pretty lousy, but the gameplay is great. It has a lot of different ships to choose from. Definitely recommend it. Last but not least, we have Dangun Fever on, or Fever SOS, as it was, I think, the international version. There's the board in there. There's no real point of showing it, but it's another cave game with a really cool disco theme to it, and it's a very fast-paced game. It's a little hard to get into, but I never really appreciated this game until I got the actual board. We're playing it now on the original hardware, and it's definitely a game that everybody should play at least once. And that's all I have for now. I'll leave you guys with some more gameplay over here. Some scanline porn. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.